So the president appeared in public to push forward these executive actions to get his message out there. But like so many public statements and appearances, he did not take any questions from the press, despite a promise he made shortly after taking the oath of office back in 2009.
The way to make government accountable is make it transparent so that the American people can know exactly what decisions are being made, how they're being made, and whether their interests are being well served.
Well, as it turns out, the president's mission to be the most transparent president in history has so far fallen a little short. Now, a political science professor at Towson University crunched some numbers of presidents and the number of news conferences they held in their first term. President Obama held 79, Bill Clinton 133, George H.W. Bush 143, and George W. Bush held 89. Now, the only person with fewer, well, the great communicator himself, President Ronald Reagan, who held just 27. Now, the same professor also tallied question and answer sessions with reporters and found very similar statistics, with Obama underperforming all of them except for President Reagan. Even when the president holds press conferences, he calls on people by name that he's chosen in advance. If you're not called on, well, here's what can happen.
Thank you very much.
On the spending, the $1.2 trillion trigger,
yeah.
Is that something that you could see having a short-term postponement for? Because during the debate you said it's not going to happen.
That was a great question, but it would be a horrible precedent for me to answer your question just because you yelled it out. So, thank you very much, guys.
Now, it's not just this. President Obama's administration recently quadrupled the number of signatures that must be collected to get an official response from the White House. Those petitions on the administration's We the People website must now get 100,000 signatures. This after a series of unpopular, shall we say, petition drives created by the president's critics. Now, President Obama has certainly made himself visible during his presidency. We can't say he hasn't. He's got accounts on websites like Flickr and Twitter and Facebook. But these still allow the president's team to have total control over the content. When it comes to two-sided conversations, Obama would rather play it safe.